Oh, for problem solving, I looked at an article studying doing like simple tasks with matchsticks, um, and the results made a lot of sense. When the problems were symmetrical, they tended to be easier for people. It got harder when the tasks weren't symmetrical. And also it became harder for people to complete the tasks when they couldn't use the strategies that they were used to. So the article puts that a little better and in a lot more detail. But I'll focus on the part where they discovered that it was hard for people to shift to new strategies. That was the way that they put it. Because for the final set of problems, and they were just doing little problems with like several matchsticks, they discovered that when it became necessary for people to leave behind the strategies that they were comfortable with in order to successfully complete the task, it was really hard for people. Even though most people had a very logical and methodical process for figuring out how to do everything, in which they would think of a variety of tactics and then narrow them down and determine what was the best way to proceed. The struggle that they did face was basically changing their old habits. So I thought that was interesting because as we start to do new things, like as we graduate college, as we do internships, as we do things that we're not familiar with, we encounter problems that we don't have, I guess you could say, a schema for. We don't have a strategy or a set of, we don't have information in our brain or a context that would help us figure out how to move forward, so we kind of get stuck a little bit on that new strategy. So I thought that was interesting to think about in terms of problem solving, where sometimes the step along the way, sometimes the challenge is realizing that it's such a new problem that you actually need a new strategy because you've never solved a problem like that before. So I found that interesting, and I will share the experiment.